Yo, 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 everyone, I'm back, right? A bit late this time, but, stuff happened, and, yeah, that's pretty much it. But we have a lot of results to go through. We have a lot of BSFs, and also some people have been messaging me about some qualifier from, I think, the States, where, there were a lot of results. So we'll take a look at that as well. But let's get started with the BSF results. This is basically London, which is the last EU result, though it's technically not in the EU, right? The last European region result. NA is done, and then we also have some SCA results from Myanmar and Vietnam. And then this week we'll kind of end BSF. The last BSF regions are basically just Sydney, and I think the Philippines are happening at the same time. So this weekend, last BSFs, and that'll be that. But let's kind of get started. Let's jump into all the results again. Thanks, Fuzzy Paradox. Go follow him. I actually didn't realize I didn't follow him. Like his feed, his links came up so much in my feed. I didn't realize I didn't follow him, but then I did. So that's just me being bad at Twitter. But yes, go follow him. Don't be me. Go follow him on Twitter. It's been doing some excellent stuff, and you can see these fancy graphs like that too, right? So let's look at London first. This is the top 8 breakdown for standard. This one was the teams, of course. 7 out of the 8 teams took Magnolia, and one of them was a Flagberg Magnolia, so nearly basically every team had some essence of Magnolia in their thing. And then they had a lot of Gravidias and Prisons, then like the 3 Barrow, 2 Kari, 1 Nirvana, and 1 Bastion, which is nice. But looks like the actual top 4. So the first was United Force 2.0. They took Bastion, Magnolia, Rorowa, which is kind of we've seen it a few times already, but I think this might be one of the few times we actually see it in these tops. And the last one was the Barrow Magnus. Second place was Brexit Copian Among Us, taking Magnolia, Gravidia, and Kari. And then we had Ubushin Urbadiger. I definitely said it wrong, but they brought Magnolia, Gravidia, and a Prison. And then lastly, we've got, fourth place, got Rulebook UK with Kyrie, Magnolia, and Seraph Snow, Prison, right? Let's kind of take a look at the Magnolia list. I think it's just pretty. I think you would have kind of understand what it's doing. It's just running the Rorowa ride line to just make stuff. And then you ride the Magnolia with, Magnolia Elder just being your normal play. And then the rest of it is just running the Inlet Pulse. But you can see some of the set 5 techs coming in with the Rorowas, and also the Maple, the one-off Maple that will just keep on coming back every time you ride. So, when you ride your Elders, this comes out, and the Inlet Pulse comes out. Yeah, lots of stuff comes out for free, and you can just, like, bash normally, which is pretty cool. Right, so pretty cool from this Magnolia list. But next we had is VPrem. This one was 7 Bermuda Triangle, right? Not a surprise. 4 Genesis, 3 Gold Paladin, 2 Grand Blue, 2 Shadow Paladin, 1 Narukami, 1 Royal Paladin, 1 Aquaforce. Basically, there's a lot of one-offs, and then 1-off Bang Dream, right? 1-off Bang Dream. So let's try to take a look. So first place was the Starhawk Crusaders, bringing a Prism, a Bang Dream, and Hello Happy World, right? And then a Gurgit. So this Bang Dream, quite unexpected. But the other 2 decks, very, very expected, right? So going to be a Team Dreadnought with Prism, Luard, and Spectral. And then third, we had Team Cardiff offline, because unfortunately Solemn was sick, but they replaced him with another Solemn. They brought the Prism, the Prism Genesis, but also the Witches. And then lastly, a Team Steel in 4th place with the Prison Gurgit Grand Blue lineup. So yes, very interesting. Let's kind of take a... There's 3 decks we probably want to talk about here. The first one is most definitely the Bang Dream deck, right? Hello Happy World. This was piloted by Romain, I think Romain W, right? Which I think he's just been piloting this deck like the whole time. Every time he had to play V, he's just been playing Hello Happy World. This is what I've been seeing, even during locals as well. So yeah, this is it. I think even in BRO he was playing this list, or playing this set at least. Yeah, finally able to take it to the first place. Now, people might say, oh my god, this deck probably got carried because the other 2 players were playing Gurgit and Prism, right? But this deck actually went 7-1, so it didn't get carried. It actually won. So yeah, good job. Good job, right? The next deck is just kind of the Spectral deck. You can kind of see this list, right? It's a Spectral deck. What do you expect? The Percival hit didn't really do much, to be honest. but it's just like the Percival addition to the Gurgit would have totally changed the whole game, which is why we see way more Gurgits now. But you know, Spectral is kind of still chilling out and doing its own thing, so it is what it is. And then lastly, we do have the Witch deck. Now, I'm going to throw this out there and I say this deck did not do very well. It got kind of hyper carried by the other two players on the team. But again, it was like a very last edition, and I'm sure everyone kind of understands that. You know, you're taking witches, yeah, you're taking witches. So that's kind of it. People are gonna ask about it. Here's the list, but have fun at locals, I have to say. Then lastly, we have Premium, so London Premium, 4 Pale Moons. So yeah. Every half, not everyone, only half the team, 2 Pale Moon, then 4 Genesis, 3 Mega Colony, 3 Narukami, 2 Grand Blue, 2 Bermuda Triangle, 2 Aqua Force, 1 Royal, Nubatama, Dark Arrears, and Greed Chronicle. So quite a big split. And let's look at the list. So Team Cardiff again comes first, taking the Order Colony. No Nightmare Doll this time, because I think Jay wasn't around, but they got Dave to replace him. He brought the Mystery Flare Dragon, OTK, and then the Genesis was, well, the Regalia was from Mo as well. The second place we got Shining Cardboard Edition, Shiny Cardboard Addiction with Nightmare Doll, Order Colony, and Dungaree. Right? Dungaree. Right? And then we got Team Brexit Minority Division with the Nightmare Doll, NLK, and a Highlander. And the fourth place we got All Glory to the Hypnotoad with Thavis. Thavis, Dungaree, and Nubatama. It's a really weird lineup there. Right? Really weird lineup. Let's kind of go through some of the decks, right? So first we have is Dave's list here with the Mystery Flare OTK build. I think he went 3-4 with this list in the Swiss. But yeah, I think we've seen this a few times come up once in a while. You just try to get kind of get an extra turn. So it's not really an OTK, but you know, you try to get that additional turn ASAPly, and then you just kind of slam your opponent and do a bunch of shenanigans, right? So pretty cool. The next we have is the Loathsome Dungareader. So this is one of the Dungaree lists that topped Premium, which is quite exciting. We've seen a lot of erratic. I mean, actually, to be honest, we've actually seen a few Dungarees in Premium already. But you know, we have the Eradicators, we have the Vangsha, but Dungaree, come on, 17k base, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. And then we also have this list. This is the I'm sorry how list, and you'll see why. This is NLK Barrow, right? Yes, he actually forgot to write the to update the deck log with a Stride deck. So luckily he was playing NLK, so technically you can still win pretty well without it. But yeah, having like a G-Zone might have been good, you know. But I think he did okay. I think he did okay, right? That's rough. Don't forget to write your G-Zone, guys. Then we had the Thavis list in the last fourth place list, and just pretty standard, I guess. It's just, you know, what you'd expect from Thavis. There's just no Pursuit Assaults, I guess. Weird. Bit hard to get, right? Running the one of Ursula as well. But yeah, interesting list. And then the next we have is another Dungaree one as well. Very similar to the one that we saw before already. I think they might even be the same. Actually might not. No, the other guy runs the Genie. But yeah, another Existence Not Allowed. Okay, yeah, so just another Dungaree list. And then we have the new Daihozan list, right? Daihozan list. And unfortunately, look at it, he's running one Kokshigarasu, man. This might get hit. Oof. Otherwise, another Nubatama list showing up. There's been a few Nubatamas in Europe as well, which is quite interesting. But yeah, just seeing more Nubatamas, right? And then we had Myanmar. So Myanmar, I think it was all just singles, right? I think it's a growing community, right? I think it's a growing community. So it'll be interesting to see what was brought. Basically, one very diverse, one of everything. So one Gravidia Barrow, Eugene, Bruce, Celestial, Majesty, Lord Ava, and Tamayura right? And the first place was actually just the Tamiyura list. Then second was the Bruce list, grade 4 Bruce. And third was Reiji with the Celestial list, right? So Ghost with Tamiyura and Soma with the Bruce as well. So kind of, let's take a look at these. I'll take a look at the Tamiyura and the Celestial list. So first was just this one, the Tamiyura. Pretty straightforward, right? I know some people have been talking about like a Blaze Maiden build of Tamiyura, but this is just straight up just normal Tamiyura. Get more soul and do your stuff. So pretty cool. And then the next one was the Celestial list. This one's actually just Blackwing running like the new Lyrical Monasterio 2 upgrades, which makes Blackwing actually very, very cool. So yeah, that's Celestial doing pretty well, right? Doing pretty well. And then next, for the V-Prem on their side, they had 2 Genesis, 1 Dark Irregular, 1 Shadow Paladin, Royal Paladin, Aquaforce, Bermuda Triangle, and Tachikaze. And this one took... First place was the Soma with Shahrot. Second was Ban Li with the Maelstrom, and third was Kant with Himiko, right? So let's kind of take a look at that. So first was just like a Shahrot list, but going into like a Gastile at the end, which is interesting, right? Normally we see Hope on Dump and all that, and only 3 number of Terra, right? So a bit of some stranger ratios, I think, but overall worked pretty good. Came first. The 2 perfect guards as well. I think it's fine. I think the 2 perfect guards are very, very cool. You know, stops the Skull Dragons and things like that. Things that get too big. And there are things that get pretty huge, right? So just running 2 is good enough. The next we have is a Maelstrom list. So just straight up good old Maelstrom doing work, right? The random Maelstrom lists that always seem to top somewhere. And then lastly, we've got the Himiko list. This one's actually focusing on Himiko Reverse. And then also popping some Yggdrasils in as well, just because, you know, it's a good card. Just a good card, getting multi-attacks and all that. But yeah, going for Himiko Reverse is pretty crazy. And yeah, pretty cool. Interesting. And then lastly, let's kind of take a look at the premium. So first one, we've got the Lamb Bro with Thavas. Second was Fairy with the Fromage, or Battle Sisters. And third was Uchu CQC with the Genesis list. So interesting. Let's kind of take it the Lambros one. So this guy's running 2 Pursuit Assaults, 2 Pursuit, but look at 3 of the Rollock too. But yeah, actually this is just premium Thavas. What is that? That's an old Thavas? Yeah, it's an old Thavas as well. They're pretty cool. I nearly was about to say, is that Valios? No, it's actually old Thavas, man. And just a good stride zone. But yeah, nice. It's got all the cool stuff with it. Then second place was the battle is OTT, but it's got some Battle Sisters there too. But also got the combo into Popo as well. We saw this come up a couple of times in some of the other lists, where all the OTTs are just going into the Popo as their finisher, because, you know, Ichikishima plus Popo is pretty good. The G-Zone is missing 2 cards, I think, but hey. Actually, it is missing like 2 important cards, which is the Battle Sister G-Guardian, but actually running 4 of the Amaterasu, which is kind of scary, right? And then last, in third place was the Fenrir deck, Devour of the World. This is premium Fenrir. Premium Fenrir. Haven't seen this in a while. But yeah, he's got the combo with the Null Guard to kind of retire things, which is pretty cool. And yeah, overall just a pretty solid deck still, without the infinite combo. Yeah. Next we have is just the standard for Vietnam. This is Vietnam had their tournament 2 that weekend, and yeah, we have like 4 Gravitas in standard, 4 Kairis, 2 Magnolia, Prison, Barrow, Nirvana, Lauren Roll, Bastion, and then 1 Bastion, Bruce, Bav Saga, Zorga, Thegra, and Alice. So quite a lot of huge breakdown there. First team was Irung. I'm not sure if I said that correctly too. This was actually Hugh's team, someone that I know. He used to be in Australia, and then moved back. Big Pale Moon player. They brought Nirvana, Prison, and Gravidia, and then second place was Didn't Read LOL with Nirvana, Kairi, and and Bastion. Then third was Give Us 3 OT with Bruce, Gravidia, Prison, and then fourth was Omnitrix with Gravidia, Magnolia, and Kairi. And we also have a nice picture of their team. So there we go. There he is. Haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, coming in first. And then they brought, we'll take a look at their team, right? The decks on their team. They have this is Nirvana with the 4 Trickstar. Yeah, already Trickstar. My bad. But just overall a very standard Nirvana list. Nothing crazy, insanely special. Just works. Next, then we have the Prison list here, and just again pretty cool. And then lastly, we have the Gravidia list, Gravidia World, right? Very, very popular. Probably continue to be popular too, right? So very, very good job. Then we also had the V-Prem, and this one was also taken by like 4 Gold Paladins, 2 Grand Blue, Narukami, Link Joker, Aqua Force, and Shadow Paladin. And then 1 Bermuda Triangle, Dark Irregular, Royal Paladin. There's so much. Nubatama, Kaigo, Geek Chrono, Moon, Great Nature, Spike Brothers, and I think one thing I've noticed when watching all the lists from Vietnam is a lot of people like to play what they like to play, and they get really good at them. But yeah, so the first team was actually Didn't Read LOL, right? So we had they topped before. They brought Prism, Gurgit, and Grand Blue. Very metal lineup, right? As you'd expect. I think you should be seeing a lot of this. Second was Kanto Ragnarok with Gurgit, Royal Paladin, and Nightmare Doll. Then third was Kanto level 9 with Spike Brothers, Grand Blue, and Vanquisher. And then fourth was Trinity Rings with Gurgit, Messiah, and Raging Form. So I think some of these lists for Didn't Reload, unfortunately, were not correct. But hey, we know it's a pretty standard list, right? But this is actually Didn't Reload, so congratulations on coming in first. And then let's take a look at some cool lists from V-Prem. So here we had the Royal list. This one's running Filled Feather Dragon, so pretty cool card. You just draw cards, and then just call them to open Regard. So is it open? Yeah. Oh no, you just draw cards equal the number of open Regard Circle and call the same number of cards from hand to. So you don't have to call them to open Regard Circles, just call them, right? But then otherwise, the rest of this deck is just a pretty standard Jewel Knight list. Then next we have is a Spike Brothers list. Okay, reverse Spike Brothers. Well, actually, it's not really reverse Spike Brothers because he's only running 1, but just like a Dudley Emperor list. Pretty cool. We haven't seen this much at all actually for Spike Brothers, though. It is pretty. I think it's okay. It does get up like that kind of aggression hits over like the Heal Guardian numbers quite a lot. So you can really do some early grain aggression, especially if you go first. And then lastly, we have this Chaos Messiah list. We've been seeing a couple of these Chaos Messiah lists pop up. This one's only running 2 Volko though. I know a lot of people still focus on the Volko just because if you high roll it out early, you can just like pop off big time. This guy's actually just focusing more on like just running 4 Messiahs. So you have like 2 good grade 3s, I guess. And he also runs a lot of the Lady Fences, which we don't really see that much in the Chaos Messiah lists. We just usually fill it with other stuff usually. Yeah, pretty interesting. Chaos Messiah rising up. And then lastly, we got the premium list from Vietnam. We had 4 Genesis, 4 Royal Paladin, 3 Bermuda Triangle, and those 2 Grand Blue, Pale Moon, Nova Grapplers, and Nubatama, and then 1 of the Narukami, Mega Colony, Shadow Paladin, Link Joker, and Aqua Force. Right, so what did come first? We had the Akatsuki Champ, the Deluge. So they had Akatsuki and then Champ, Victor, and then Deluge. So Chaos. This is actually this is a weird first place lineup for premium. This is not your standard Water Colony Nightmare Doll, blah, blah, blah. This is just actual fresh. Second place was 100% Overcheck with Nightmare Doll, Regalia, and a Blau. Okay, Plows. Third was Omnitrix with Royal Paladins, Thavis, and the Order Colony. And then we also had the Wild Wolves playing Highlander, Beatrice, and then the Vanquisher lists. Right, so pretty cool. This is the winning team, the Nova Chaos and Nubatama, right? Nubatama. So congratulations there. And then we had let's take a look at the decks, right? So this one's crazy. This is Chaos, but it's also Messiah, but it's also Freeze Ray, right? So surprise, surprise, it's got a bit of everything, right? And also running 3 Volkos, so you can kind of high roll a bit, get those multi-attacks going with Volko, hit some power. Very interesting. A lot of 2-ofs, right? A lot of 2-ofs there. And then you look at the G-Zone, like the Deluge, right? Glue Ball, even got the Messiah core here as well. So literally this is a pretty greedy deck, I think. A lot of the stuff is running here. Control and to control the multi-attack, and it's pretty crazy. I think it's pretty crazy. Reminds me of my super old list where I ran like it was like Freeze Ray Messiah Deleter. Something. This is getting super techie, you know. Then the next one we had the Victor, right? The champ, right? Just your good old. When I look at this list, it just feels like a very honest Nova Grappler list. It's not going for anything crazy. Or maybe it is. Actually, no, it's got Scarlet Birds. Only 2 Scarlet Birds, though. You know, only 2 Scarlet Birds. You just want to see how much it abuses Busted. And actually, he's running 2 Busted. So this is definitely trying to do that. But yeah, no, it's got only 4 Victors, though. Only 4 Victors. But yeah, the rest of it is just not new stuff, but just stuff that supports like does the multi attacks and does basically Nova Grappler things. Pretty crazy. Oh, actually, three of this guy, Asdebulk, really? Then the Nubatama player was playing Hanzo with the Mizukazes, so pretty cool. Running a new card here as well. Running this Forktail, so D card. You get a stealth? Wow. Are these all stealth? Evil stealth? One no. Wow, guys. That's so just. This is evil stealth dragon. Oh, dude, everything here is a stealth, man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Big props. We have the Blau deck here, so this Blau deck is running Blaus, but also Rises. Yeah. Seems like a very honest Nova deck. Probably doesn't go into Bust that much. He has running 3 Blazer Blaukruger. Pretty cool, yeah. Blaus. I know someone talks about Blaus a lot, but yeah, there it is. Next we have is the Royal Paladin list. So this is Premium Royals. Been doing work. We've seen it quite a few times already in other regions. But yeah, Salome with a Crystal Luster works pretty well, right? Works pretty well. So yeah, that is it for all the BSFs. And let's kind of take a look at the Kingslayer cards tournaments. I think it's like a 2K Invitational qualifiers. We'll take a look at some of these lists, but there was quite a lot of plays apparently over the weekend in the top 16. First place for this was Flagberg, but I did hear that top 8 had a split, right? They had a split, but there was quite a lot. Looks like there was quite a lot of Flagbergs, eh? And then just first place was the Flagberg according to the standings. Yeah, 4 Flagbergs, very very cool. Running like half Sorga Ride line into the Ascendance Assault because Ascendance Assault is just good, right? That's how it is. Also running the new heal, one of the new heals, so pretty nice. And their premium lineup, there was a lot of weird decks in the premium lineup. Very fresh, very fresh. This was all played with the new premium collection as well. First place was Spike Brothers though, and then coming Vanquisher and Raging Form. If you want to, like, they've all got the deck codes and everything. If you want to take a look at some of the more spicy ones, go check it out. I'm only going to look at the top 3. So first was that Spike Brothers list, and we can see here it's running the Rising Nova, but it's kind of what I expect. Before there was like some really gimmicky builds of GB8 for spikes, but nowadays with like the new Stride, and it's kind of focusing more on just playing a more honest list, which is fine. That's what you kind of want to be, because going to GB8 spikes nowadays is kind of hard. So if you want spikes to be relevant, you got to play a much more aggressive early build version, which is something what this is. Then the next one we have is the Vanquisher. This is just straight up V Vanquisher plus the new Strides in Sunverse. Just works. So congrats. And lastly, you got this Crow's Raging Form list, Raging Form premium list, right? So just running the old Raging Form support with the new Raging Form and Raging Fall, and yes, that's cool. It is what it is, right? So that is it for all the lists this week. Again, if you do want to check out more lists, go check that out. Only a few more left. I will try and fill everything out and make those nice little maps again at the end of it. Next week might be a bit busy though. But yeah, that is it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So many lists. What was your favorite list this week? See you guys later. Alright, bye.